Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
A live look tonight inside Fiserv Forum, converted, of course, from the home of the Milwaukee Bucks and Marquette, of course, to a convention floor here for the Republican National Convention. Night 2 of our coverage here in Milwaukee, and all that rain and the storms, the thunder and lightning we had last night, it is long gone now. An absolutely beautiful day here in Milwaukee has given way to a very pleasant night. Beautiful shot of Fiserv Forum where all the action is just behind us. We are live tonight from the Baird Center, the convention center.
And it is not just us tonight here, but in fact, it's team coverage from our crews both here and back in Madison. Susan Simon, Brady Mallory, Will Keneally, and Maddie Heimsch are also all here covering the convention tonight. Jalen Banks also standing by from the anchor desk in Madison. So the theme of night 2 here of the convention, Make America Safe Again.
And that includes, of course, border security, which is one of Donald Trump's banner issues. He again did appear tonight at Fiserv Forum in the convention hall 3 days after surviving an assassination attempt on Saturday at a rally in Pennsylvania. Some of his fiercest rivals in the Republican primary are now throwing their support behind Donald Trump. Speakers we heard from on night 2 of the Republican National Convention included entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as well.
We need a commander-in-chief who can lead 24 hours a day and 7 days a week.
You don't have to agree with Trump 100% of the time to vote for him. I'm here tonight because we have a country to save. And a unified Republican Party is essential for saving her.
We don't have to be this nation in decline. We can still be a nation in our ascent. A nation whose best days, not in some fake politician way, but in a true way, a nation whose best days are actually still ahead of us.
And a senior Trump campaign advisor said these appearances show just how Republicans have mended any fences in need of repair following the primary season. So Ramaswamy, Haley, and DeSantis, they were just 3 of the more than 36 speakers who took the podium at Fiserv Forum tonight.
And there are tens of thousands more guests in attendance. Earlier in the day, our crews at Fiserv Forum heard from 2 of them. Political reporter Will Keneally and Maddie Heimsch are there right now.
Yeah, so we're inside the Fiserv Forum Bowl right now. Behind us is what's going on called the benediction. We just heard Lara Trump wrap up her speech. A big night of big speakers, certainly. Throughout the night, we also heard people share their stories about losing loved ones to fentanyl. Now, that ties into a theme tonight of Make America Safe Again. That's something that Republicans are trying to win over voters for on that platform. And we spoke with Wisconsin Congressman Brian Stile from the floor of the convention. He explained it like this.
I think there's a handful of things at play. We have both national security, where we've seen the Biden administration be in a position of weakness following the botched evacuation of Afghanistan. It's also about public safety in our communities that are directly impacted by the broken U.S.-Mexico border.
Now, we also heard from Wisconsinites, too, who were not absent from the stage. Reince Priebus, former state party chair, national party chair, and White House chief of staff, spoke earlier, as well as Republican U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde. Now, I also want to point out, too, we did see former President Donald Trump in the Fiserv Forum here. I believe he is still here in the building, making another appearance after that weekend attempted assassination against him. Now, we're taking you certainly throughout the Wisconsin delegation, but there were many other delegations in the Fiserv Forum today. Maddie Heimsch spoke to one that had a far way to travel.
Yeah, that's right, Will. So obviously right here on the floor of the Fiserv, we're standing among rows of seats set out for the delegates of each and every one of the states, but there are more delegates from different territories. So we have delegates from American Samoa, Puerto Rico, Guam, but where you won't see room for those delegates is in our presidential election later in November. So both the Republican and the Democratic parties, they invite delegates from these territories to take part in the party nominations, to make their voices heard at these conventions. So Guam brings to the floor 9 delegates. They also have 6 alternates, and we spoke to one of those delegates. Here's what he had to tell us about being here this week.
I think we take it really seriously. This is our one chance to determine who should be our representative in the United States. We don't take it lightly, and we're super excited to have President Trump be the candidate for the Republican Party.
Yeah, so you hear that strong support for President Trump, that passion for being here this week, but like I said, you won't see that support carry over into fall's election. So that's what we can tell you from right now, live here in the floor of the Pfizer Forum. We'll send it back to you, Eric and Charlotte.
All right, Maddie, Will, thank you. You know, we have been able to hear helicopters. They're very present here overhead tonight, more so than what we've seen really throughout the couple days we've been here. That attempt to assassinate Donald Trump, of course, over the weekend in Pennsylvania, still on the minds of many in attendance here at the Republican National Convention. Authorities say they are still searching for a motive in that shooting.
Now, one person was killed during the Saturday shooting at the Trump campaign rally. Witness accounts and videos show some of the crowd aware of the shooter on the roof nearly 2 minutes before gunfire rang out. The Secret Service says that rooftop was on a building outside of their hard perimeter, and local law enforcement was responsible for securing it. Earlier today, heads of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the Secret Service were asked by congressional House members to attend a hearing later this month.
The buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service. It was unacceptable.
There needs to be accountability, and at that time, I would call for the head of the Secret Service to either resign or be removed.
The FBI has said it's conducted more than 100 interviews with witnesses, local law enforcement agents, and family members and friends of the shooter. And we are learning of an Iranian plot to assassinate former President Trump, a plot with no known connection to Saturday's attempt on his life. Multiple people briefed on the matter say that development led the Secret Service to increase security around the former president in recent weeks. There's no indication that Saturday's shooter was connected to the alleged Iranian plot. Iran has repeatedly vowed revenge for the U.S. military's killing of the commander of its Islamic Revolutionary Guard in January of 2020 when Trump was president. Well, security continues to be rather tight here at the RNC and nearby. Not far from us here in Milwaukee, 5 police officers from Ohio shot and killed an armed man this afternoon.
Now, this happened just beyond the security perimeter here for the Republican National Convention. It was not connected to the events here regarding the convention. Authorities say it happened a little more than a mile west of Pfizer Forum. Police say 2 men were fighting, and one was armed with knives. He wouldn't drop the weapons when asked by police, and that's when 5 officers from the Columbus, Ohio Police Department, well, they opened fire, killing him. Police departments from 63 departments across 24 states and Washington, D.C. are here in Milwaukee, of course, providing extra security for the Republican National Convention. So we are actually located at the Baird Center tonight. This is not far from the UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena, and it is serving as a bit of a media room, if you will, this week, since not everyone can actually be inside and see the events firsthand at Pfizer Forum.
And there is no shortage of familiar faces strolling through what they call Media Row. Susan Simon and Brady Mallory spent this afternoon catching up with one of Wisconsin's former governors.
Eric and Charlotte, Tommy Thompson was elected governor 4 times in Wisconsin before being picked to serve in the cabinet of former President George W. Bush. And this week marks the 12th time he has served as a delegate from Wisconsin at a national convention.
Earlier today, Thompson spoke with the Wisconsin delegation, and he told members that he believes there will be a GOP sweep come November. And he also said this: he believes that the assassination attempt on Trump really changed this election.
I think the fact that the near miss, the assassination attempt, has changed Trump. I don't know if you noticed it last night, but when he came in, the demeanor, his look in his face said to me, you know, I want everybody to get along. I want people, you know, to rally around. I believe we can build a better America. I sense that. I sense this all throughout the convention, that enough of this partisan, you know, stuff. Let's work together.
With 111 days to go now until the election, who's counting? Thompson said Wisconsin is the most important state in this election.
And a lot can happen in that time, but he says he believes that the Republican Party will save America.
Take a look at us. Take a look at the Republicans. Inflation has been caused by what the policies have been and President Biden. Let's try something different. Are you satisfied with the open border? You know, that is something that everybody's concerned about. And if you're concerned about that, let's vote for Donald Trump and close the border and let only legal people that want to come into America come in. We need immigrants, but we want them to come the legal way.
Thompson said having the RNC here in Wisconsin is a very big moment for our state and something that he is extremely proud of.
Yeah, he's very proud of Wisconsin. That's an understatement. I told him that I'm from Minnesota, and he had a few jokes, gave me some good-natured ribbing, so I guess that's why they call him the biggest cheerleader of Wisconsin.
It's a title that is well earned.
Yeah.
Eric and Charlotte, back to you.
All right, Susan and Brady, always interesting to hear Tommy's energy and his love for Wisconsin. Well, it's 2 days down, 2 days left here in Milwaukee. Our coverage from the Republican National Convention will continue in a little bit, but for now, let's get you back to Madison.
Jalen Banks is standing by in our News 3 Now studios. Good evening to you, Jalen.
Hey, good evening, Eric and Charlotte. Welcome back here to Madison, where we enjoyed sunny skies and 70-degree temperatures throughout the day. Can we expect more of it this week? Well, meteorologist Jacob Montesano has the answers and details in your first one forecast. Jacob?
Yeah, Jalen, to answer your question, it's a simple yes. There is really not much going on in the forecast other than very nice conditions for the rest of this week. Now, let's take a look at the current temperatures, lower 70s, upper 60s for much of Dane County. Zooming further out, that's pretty much the case for all of southern Wisconsin, including Milwaukee, with a current temperature of 70 degrees. Highs did get into the lower 80s, but it was cooler today compared to yesterday and really over the entire weekend, where high temperatures were in the 90s. But the big difference today was that the humidity values were a lot lower. Still a little humid, and tomorrow is going to be even less humid than today, but still you still could kind of feel that during the afternoon hours. Now, as we look at the overnight forecast, mostly clear skies, cooler temperatures compared to last night. Lows will be around 60. And then look at the forecast for tomorrow. I mean, hard to get a forecast better than this. Middle 70s, plenty of sunshine. And this is going to be the forecast for the last day of the RNC on Thursday as well. I'll talk more in detail about our next chance of rain, but it may not come until this time next week. All the details coming up.
All right, sounds good, Jacob. Thank you. An update now on a shooting in Madison last month. Authorities have arrested a man for attempted homicide in Gary, Indiana. A warrant had been put out for 37-year-old Jerome Jacobs' arrest. He's the suspect in a shooting on June 9th near the intersection of Trafficker Place and Andrew Way. The shooting left 2 people in the hospital. U.S. Marshals assisted local police in taking Jacobs into custody. Don't go anywhere. More stories still ahead after the break, including a Keeler Supper Club badly damaged by last night's severe storms. Plus, we go back out to Milwaukee for another update on night 2 of the Republican National Convention.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
You'll also get free fitness training, equipment for every workout, and more. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends July 18th.
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour, plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
Introducing TPC Wisconsin, Madison's elite golf club with worldwide privileges, plus extraordinary amenities to keep you active year-round, to keep you fit and well-equipped for the course, to keep you connected to what matters the most. Play where the pros play with an exclusive membership at TPC Wisconsin. Make it your club today.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us.
When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new Tacoma for $319 a month or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
In a Leisure Concept swim and place pool, you can also walk, jog, exercise, float around, play with the kids, anything you can do in a big pool, but this one has swim jets, temperature control, is super insulated, and you can use it year-round. These are made right in Iowa and take only a week or two to get. What a great, fun, low-impact way to stay healthy. Get to Leisure Concept's awesome showroom on Madison's Beltline at the Park Street exit and see one in person.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
You'll also get free fitness training, equipment for every workout, and more. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends July 18th.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Walter is about to fence with a junior champion.
What's the first thing Walter should learn?
How to wipe away his tears.
Plus, lasso lessons with James Pickens Jr.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
And welcome back to our live coverage from Milwaukee, the Republican National Convention. Great to have our political analyst, longtime Republican strategist Brandon Schulz back with us. Great to have you back again.
Thank you very much. Great to be back.
So that was one heck of a lineup of speakers tonight. Okay, we had Nikki Haley for one, and then Marco Rubio. He really brought it at the end.
If you think of the whole night, and it was started out as Make America Safe once again, and that was kind of the theme of the speakers that they had. But now interspersed into those 36 speakers that you mentioned, you saw Trump's opponents from previous campaigns, and some who had been kind of uninvited in the last week or so. So now you see, as you mentioned, Nikki Haley comes, Marco Rubio comes, Ron DeSantis comes, Ted Cruz was here. And they all started to move into the, we've got to support Donald Trump. I mean, you know, Nikki Haley said, you might not agree with everything, but this is time to support Donald Trump, and she does so strongly. You know, Cruz said the same thing. Marco Rubio, as you said, just wound up that convention at the end, and he just brought them to their feet. So what you've seen is this very well orchestrated first 2 days, building into crescendo. Those delegates are about as excited, I think, as you've seen Republicans in a long time. And to your point, they are unified behind Trump. I think by the time they get to Thursday, you know, it's Katie bar the door when they want to get out of here because they're going to want to go put a million yard signs out. But this, I think, so far, this convention is likely exceeding what people thought they were going to see. Because, as we've said for 2 days, it's not a very traditional convention. Trump has been there every night. He's sitting in that box, not in a suite, out in that box, talking to people. We don't see that very often. You've seen his vice president now for 2 days. So they have done a lot of things to really up their game in this convention. And, you know, the attempted assassination on Donald Trump has something to do with coalescing and solidifying these people and this message of unity. So that's really going to be an important piece on Thursday when Trump speaks.
Yeah, a lot of people with nicknames, Trump nicknames through the years. We were trying to figure them all out. Cruz and Rubio and all the nicknames. It is unified. As divisive as many people think Donald Trump is, the message is unified. There's no question.
It's unified, and now this comes in contrast to the Democrats, who are struggling with unity in their party, struggling what to do with President Biden. They've got a couple of weeks to get things ironed out before they get to Chicago. So you now have a real difference between the two parties. What the Republicans have orchestrated, produced in their convention, the message that they've been on, they're gonna walk out of here just as ready to go as they can be. And it's going to flip over to the Democrats. So the next 2 nights and days are just going to be even built even more on what they have so far.
All right. Brandon, great to have you with us.
Great to be here. Thanks.
J.D. Vance tomorrow. We'll see what that is. All right. And we have more local headlines now. We're going to go back to Jalen. He is in Madison.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, guys. The National Weather Service has confirmed an EF1 tornado hit for no more than a minute and a half in the Grant County area last night. But in that time, it ripped the roof off a bar and supper club and a building in Keeler that stood in the community for more than 100 years. Armand Rahman was there and has more on their cleanup efforts.
It's fitting that this decades-old beloved bar and supper club in Keeler is called The Village because the owner tells me it's taken the whole village of the community to come out and support them, helping them clean up.
We're in pretty good shape, with a lot because of the community.
The Village off County H has been in Kurt Thumser's family since 2001.
No other houses or anything that I know of got damaged, maybe a window broke or something like that, but nothing on this caliber.
Roughly 20 customers and staff were inside the building when the EF1 tornado hit. No one was injured.
What was going through my mind is I thought I was going to die.
Carly and Addison were working the bar, and Samantha was upstairs in the shower.
And as we were running, I could see pieces of glass flying at us, and luckily we didn't get cut.
The three high school friends are now relocating after just moving in upstairs a week ago. Thumser says they're waiting on the insurance company to estimate the cost of the damage. You guys hope that you'll get to reopen again?
We're hoping. That's all we can do.
For updates on when the Village will reopen and how you can help, you can check their Facebook page. We'll also have a GoFundMe up on channel3000.com with this story. For now, reporting in Keeler, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Much calmer scene here in Madison and throughout southern Wisconsin today. Meteorologist Jacob Montesano is back now with a look at your first one forecast. Jacob.
Thanks, Jalen. And the good news is that we are going to be very calm going forward. Plenty of sunshine, dry conditions with the next rain chance not coming until next week. And as I've been talking about, obviously, we could use the break from the rainfall. Here are some flood bulletins, a lot of flood warnings, including areas near the Mississippi River and also a few rivers and streams down in especially Jefferson County and Rock County. So we definitely could use this break as to kind of let those waters lower just a little bit. Now, here's a look at that rainfall chance over the next 7 days. I mean, mainly dry all the way through the weekend with a few light showers and maybe a few storms next Monday. Looking at the precipitation forecast, there's nothing. This is through Saturday afternoon as well, and there's just completely nothing for the rest of the week. And temperatures are going to be very comfortable as well. Middle to upper 70s, lower 80s. I mean, there really is not much to talk about in the weather department going forward, at least for the rest of this week. Obviously, there are some storms in the forecast for next week, but a lot can change between now and then, so it's still a bit unclear as to which day we'll see the most rainfall. Enjoy the nice stretch of weather we are going to be seeing. I mean, it's hard to get as comfortable as this for this time of the year, considering this is the warmest time of the year, and we'll have highs in the 70s. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Congress has been spinning its wheels, going nowhere. I'm Katrina Shankland. In the state capitol, I've passed 225 bipartisan laws to help farmers, workers, and families. I approve this message because I have the experience to get things moving.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
It's their classic rock that brings audiences to their feet. It's Blue Oyster Cult, performing live Saturday, August 31st at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets on sale now through Ticketmaster. Over 5 decades of music, thrilling fans everywhere. It's Blue Oyster Cult, August 31st at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. We're your one-stop shop for everything you need. We have it all from big to small and everything in between. Breathe easier with DuPont air filters. Advanced allergen air filters trap up to 85% of larger airborne contaminants and last up to 3 months. Pick one up for only $7.99 after 11% rebate at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
Drive into summer with a new Honda. Heading out for a day at the beach or a weekend in the mountains. Make an impression with the unmistakable style of the HR-V or turn heads in the sporty Civic. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
I know how to get things moving in the state capitol, but in Congress, I'll also have the experience to stop bad ideas like the national abortion ban and stop attacks on our democracy. I'm Katrina Shankland, and I approve this message because our freedoms are on the line.
On June 4th, Joe Pavelski said the plan is not to play next year, but didn't make it official a couple days after the Stars saw their season come to an end in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Today, though, the former Badger did, officially retiring from the NHL, and what a run it was for Captain America. 18 seasons, 1,332 games played, 1,064 career points scored, and he leaves the league with the most playoff goals scored by a U.S.-born player. Next week, Jordan Love and the Packers will kick off their training camp, and Green Bay's QB1 still waiting on that contract extension, one that is expected to be finalized any day now. But in the meantime, Love was running his own camp. Number 10 held a youth football camp in Milwaukee for over 600 kids, where he put them through some drills, through a couple touchdown passes, and even posed for a couple pictures. Well, speaking of camps, ahead of Denver's training camp, Quinn Miners got paid. The former Whitewater All-American agreed to a 4-year, $80 million deal, including $45 million guaranteed. That makes him one of the highest paid guards in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Dolphin rookies have already reported to training camp, including Hayden Rucci. The former Badger tight end posted his new school pictures before his first day of camp to social media, saying, quote, "It's time to go to work." Rucci signed with Miami as an undrafted free agent. The 2024 MLB Draft is in the books, and a pair of guys with local ties heard their names called. Sun Prairie's Josh Caron was taken in the 4th round by the Mariners as the 121st overall pick. The former Mallard helped lead the Cardinals to a state title in 2021. And Madison College's Michael Carpenter is headed to Minnesota. The Twins took the Wolfpack pitcher in the 11th round. Well, the Mallards have won 8 of their last 9 games. They're hosting the Woodchucks and looking to stay hot. But Wausau had other plans. After a 5-run first inning by the Chucks, Max Galvin sends a blooper into the outfield to add another run, and they never look back. Mallards fall 8-1, but the good news, they're still in the driver's seat to win the second half and punch their ticket to the Northwoods League playoffs. And ahead of their send-off match, the United States women's national team hung out with a couple of golden retrievers. Unfortunately, my dog Remy didn't make the cut, but Ellie the Golden did. And you could say Rose Lavelle is a huge fan. The former Badger appears to be in heaven after a hug from her new furry friend. We're back after this.
Ellie, push up.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. All natural chicken breasts, just $3.88. Driscoll strawberries, just $2.44 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. And Hy-Vee yogurt, 3 for just $1. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
The
Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on.
I want that.
Amazing offers and a great selection of Ford vehicles, including America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer. Get the deal you need on the SUV you want. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now.
I want that.
Make it 0% APR financing. Make it a 0 down payment and make it no payments for up to 90 days on Explorer. Only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Wood decks can require hours of tedious maintenance every year. Our decks outlast wood 3 to 1 and are virtually maintenance-free. And all of our decks are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, you can save $1,000 on your new deck project. Visit the website or call the number for your new deck today.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Insurance costs going up? Erie Insurance has great coverages, rates, and claim service. And your rates won't increase because of celebrity advertising campaigns or sports stadium sponsorships. Call Affordable Insurance Solutions for your auto, home, or business quote and see what Erie Insurance could do for you.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82.
86. 90 years young. Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk. Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Lay's, kettle cooked, rolled gold, or munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 2. Jack's Pizza, $2.98. And buy 2, get 1 free on Coke or Topo Chico Sabores. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now Republican National Convention coverage all this week.
Jacob, thankfully a much calmer day throughout southern Wisconsin.
Yeah, and we're going to see more calm days going forward. Plenty of sunshine and comfortable temperatures.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Jacob. That just about does it for us here tonight here in Madison. Eric and Charlotte will sign us off from Milwaukee. We go back to them for one final time.
All right, Jalen, Jacob, thank you. 2 days down, 2 big ones left with J.D. Vance tomorrow, and then former President Trump on Thursday night to wrap things up. Coverage continues on News 3 Now this morning, and always the latest updates at channel3000.com.
We thank you for watching. Have a great night, and do something good.